Hey, I'm Jeuelyfish, and you probably clicked this video because you want to know how to add mods or do online multiplayer with Nuclear Throne. So let's just get into it and I'll show you how to do that. In order to do all this, you're going to need to set up Nuclear Throne together, also known on the internet simply as NTT. Before I get too far into it, be sure to check your Nuclear Throne Discord, link in the description, if you ever run into problems installing or using mods. All right, with that out of the way, step one is of course installing the game via Steam. Run the game at least once to get the save files generated properly. Afterwards, go back to a web browser and visit this URL, link in the description, and from that, download Nuclear Throne together. Afterwards, unzip and open the folder of NTT that you've just downloaded. Once this is done, go back to the Steam client and open the local files of your recently installed Nuclear Throne. You can get there by right-clicking the game in your library, go to Manage, and then Browse Local Files. This file path should be something like Steam Apps Common Nuclear Throne. Then go to your unzipped folder, which contains the Nuclear Throne Together items you've downloaded, and then move them into the local files at Steam Apps Common Nuclear Throne directory that you've just opened. If it prompts you about duplicate items, go ahead and replace them. If it doesn't, don't stress and continue on. Next, double-click nttassemble.exe, and it'll open a terminal with a prompt, where you'll want to press 1 to install NTT, afterwards press 4 to toggle Steam, and if all goes well, the terminal will disappear. At this point, you should have both Nuclear Throne Together and Nuclear Throne in the same folder directory. I suggest that you right-click and pin Nuclear Throne to your desktop's taskbar, since I like to access NTT through that and then have the original Nuclear Throne accessible through the Steam library. Either way, clicking Nuclear Throne Together.exe will boot up your NTT version of the game. You can now play Nuclear Throne Together with a friend. To do this, go to Co-op, host public or private game, and then click Invite Players. A Steam friend invite will pop up and things can rock and roll from there. There is more to NTT though than playing online multiplayer, and it's actually the most recommended and highly suggested way to add and play mods for Nuclear Throne. Let's go through how exactly to do that next. First, visit this URL, which you can also find in the description of this video. And then go to a mod that you'd like to install. Let's start off with my favorite mod called Debug Mod. I'm going to go to that page and then download it. Afterwards, I'll click, drag, and drop the file into the directory Common Nuclear Throne Mods. And once you place that mod in that folder, to load it up, you got some options. Let's go over the most simple and manual method first. You can load this debug mod manually by starting up NTT and going to the campfire screen and then pressing T to type /load mod debug. And once done, you'll see some text overlaid on the screen indicating that your mod has been successfully loaded. To demonstrate what this debug mod does, we now have terminal commands that you can type which have certain effects. For example, you can spawn any number of weapon chests. Just make sure you're typing in the right commands. The debug mod page has details about all the various things you can do. But this manual method of loading mods might get a little annoying if you have several mods you want to load up as defaults when running NTT. So here's a way of automatically loading mods into Nuclear Throne Together. First, let's make a text file in Common Nuclear Throne and have this text file named startup.txt. In that text file, you can add the same command you typed in manually at the campfire screen, just like here. Now, as you can see, when we start up the game again, there'll be some text displayed about how things are loading in automatically. Which in our example includes automatically loading in debug mod. So that's the basic bread and butter, but let's show off some other things you can do with mods. Let's go back to the startup.txt file and add this. So the file looks something like this. And then load back up Nuclear Throne together. Now the aspect ratio is full width to your computer monitor. Pretty cool, right? But let's not stop here and do something more advanced. Let's go back to the available mods in Nuclear Throne together and let's download Nuclear Throne 3D mod. To do this, we're going to do the exact same thing we did before. We'll go to this particular mod page. And then we'll download it. And opening up our downloads and then unzip the files. And as you can see, this mod isn't just a single file, but it's a bunch of files contained in a folder. Let's move that entire folder into the mods folder just as we did with the prior mod. And then afterwards, let's go back to our startup.txt and add this text. This command, load text, will load mod folders for you, and we're using it to load the Nuclear Throne 3D mod. Let's demo this working by booting back up NTT. And there you go. We are now playing Nuclear Throne in 3D. So to sum everything up and do a quick TLDW, you need to download Nuclear Throne together and then get it up and running. And then after that, you need to download a specific mod for NTT and put it in the mods folder. And then finally type out a command or have a script with those commands in order to load those downloaded mods. And that's basically it. If you're looking for mod recommendations besides the ones already mentioned in this video, then I highly suggest the Ultra mod and the Uncharted Frontier. Especially if you're looking for the same Nuclear Throne fun, but just in more and more content of new areas, enemies, mutations, characters, weapons, crowns, etc. Either way, hopefully this video helped you set up mods in Nuclear Throne. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.